Hi everyone, it's Billy in the arena, day 61. I am coming to you live from my kitchen this time because there's nobody home. There's no children screaming or yelling, there's nothing on, and it's quiet. So I thought, you know what, let's come out here and have a little change of scenery instead of my closet all the time in the back. And a reason why I wanted to bring it out here was because I was about to do my flu bomb. Because I woke up yesterday feeling really crappy, like just like when your glands, your throat starts getting sore, and like you're starting to feel like congestion there, all that kind of stuff. And I know, like, when that big one's gonna hit in the winter time, like during the season, like, oh, it's that time to get sick. That's how I felt. I felt it the night before. So what day is it? Friday. So Wednesday night I kind of felt it, and then I woke up and I was like, okay, this is not happening. Like, I cannot afford to get sick and like be knocked out for a week. Like, I can't do it. So I go to my trusty, I know some of you may have seen my post the other day, with my big thing of supplements here. I've never taken so many supplements in my life. Just got to put that out there. There's like 12 and then 2 other ones. That's like my daily. I just do it in the morning because I usually just want to take a big handful, shove it in my mouth, and that's it. But I want to try taking some more at night, but that's the conversation for another day. So I was like, okay, let me get my oils. First thing, I've been taking a lot of these. This is the On Guard soft gels. So this is like all the On Guard oils and then some, because it's got Melissa in it, rosemary. Oh no, it's rosemary's already. Black pepper. And yeah, the cinnamon leaf, cinnamon bark, all the rest of the stuff, and oregano. So this one is like that's why it's called On Guard Plus, because it's On Guard and then some. So I've been taking 2 of these every day, but now I started taking them several times a day. And then my flu bomb. So I was gonna come and do it anyways, and I think I've done it live on this, not during the 100 days, but before. So I'm going to just show you how I make my flu bomb. So I get a little veggie cap, which is basically just an empty veggie cellulose. You just can open it up and then close it. And then what we call FLOOMing, if you're in the dōTERRA world, you know what FLOOMing, or it's technically fluting because, well, it just sounds funnier, because Melalueca is tea tree. So if you see the acronym FLOOM, or T, F is for frankincense, right? Frankincense is like anti-inflammatory, healer, all this kind of stuff, right? L is for lemon, because lemon is a natural detoxifier and it's going to help clean out all the gunk that's in there. O, the first O, is for obviously our trusty old On Guard, and even though I'm taking the soft gels, I will still put 2 drops of this because you cannot have enough On Guard when you're not feeling well. So the On Guard, the second O, is for oregano. And a lot of people know oregano, like this is, oil of oregano. That is kind of a little bit, it's diluted. Like, you do not want to put this straight under your tongue. Like, unless you're into like pain and you like feeling that kind of stuff, don't. I did this by accident because I reached for copaiba and it was dark and like I thought the lid said, anyways, I put 2 drops under my tongue and I thought I was going to die. I mean, it only lasts for a few minutes, but it was not comfortable by any stretch of the imagination. So unless I know people that do put oregano like right under their tongue, don't do it. On a side note, this is awesome for cooking. I made a pasta once, like this pesto stuff that I normally make, and all I did different was add a drop, like just 1, I think 2 drops fell in, but 1 in a big pot, and it tasted like delish. Oh, hi Lindy, thank you. Yeah, I'm feeling way better. Like, I had a super full day. I went to Symphony of the Cells training for like 7 hours, and I managed to get through it all. And you know what? I'm going to talk about it in a minute. But so second O is oregano, and then M, or T, however you want to call it, Melalueca is actually what it says on my lid, but this is actually tea tree. So those 5 acronyms are like, that's what we call FLOOMing or fluting. FLOOM, frankincense, lemon, On Guard, oregano, and tea tree. Now I add turmeric. I mean, we have the capsules, and I take the capsules in the morning, but the turmeric oil is also really good for the inflammation and just helping things kind of not grow, right? So I add that in there, and then I call this the Melissa bomb because I add our sweet little Melissa in there, and she sounds sweet, but she is not. She is probably, this is the most expensive oil. No, actually that's not right anymore, because now we have Rose. Rose is the most expensive oil that doTERRA has. It used to be Melissa, and it's a little tiny 5 ml bottle, and it comes from a flower, and it stinks, and it tastes even worse than it smells. There's a thing called the Melissa Challenge, where you put a drop under your tongue or on your tongue for 21 days. The boy Truman of Symphony of Cells has this challenge, and it brings up things that you just are maybe not wanting to deal with, emotionally, physically, all this kind of stuff. So Melissa is like the powerhouse of everything. So I added that in there as well. So what I do, when I did this morning, and because I wasn't feeling well, I'll do it several times a day. Otherwise, sometimes I would just do it in the morning just to kind of keep it at bay. But I kind of felt like I didn't stay up with it, so it was catching up with me. Hi, Neelam. How are you? So my empty veggie cap, right? Take 2 of those. And then I just put 2 drops. So I don't know if you can even see what I'm doing here, but let's see if I can put it in a place where you can. 2 drops of Frank. 2 drops of lemon. 2 drops of On Guard, 2 drops of oregano, come on, 2 drops of tea tree, and yes, this tea tree is ingestible. There's certain species that are not, this one is, and lovely turmeric. So, and then, you know what, my Melissa kind of was running out, so I don't know if I'm going to get any more out of here. But it's pretty full, as you can see. Like, that thing's pretty full. So that was about 12 drops. So you close it up. Right there, people. This is like natural flu bomb. You don't need to take an antibiotic or go to the drugstore to get Benylin and all that other crap. Just pop that in your mouth. And the great thing about it is you don't have to taste it, because the oregano and all that, you know, turmeric is not tasting the best. Boom, that's it. I'm going to take a couple more of my my On Guard soft gels, just to give it a little extra kick. That's it. Lindy, you're saying you need some veggie caps. Get them from, when you order your next one, it's like $5 for like 160 of them. They're super cheap. I think I'm going to have to buy some more Melissa. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I felt like crap yesterday. And I remember just talking about consistency. Like, you can't just take a day off, especially when you're a mom and you have the kids. You can't just say, hey kids, mom's taking a day off because I'm sick, right? Moms don't take sick days. We can't. In the business, like, and I'm not surprised that I would get sick the week of BOGOs. This is my life, right? Oh, I'm alone. Yeah, I know, Teresa, right? Well, I'm actually heading out soon. I got to teach a class tonight. Yeah, and Neelam, it works, right? Like, the flu bomb actually works. And I know for a fact, like, we all know our body. My body, it does this. When I don't rest, and like the night before I didn't get hardly any sleep, and I don't do well with no sleep, and my body just is like, fine, if you don't want to rest, I'm going to force you to rest, and I'm going to get sick, and I'm going to make you stay in bed. And I know that about myself. Like, it usually happens once a year. I get burnt out. I just get tired. I overdo it. I'm not resting. And I'll have to be in bed for like at least, 3 to 4 days where you're just kind of doing nothing, right? You don't feel like doing anything. You don't have any energy. And I mean, flu bombing, like I said, woke up, was with the kids all day long, had 2 parent-teacher conferences with them, with both my kids' school, back and forth, came home, got a bunch of stuff done, went to Symphony of the Cells for 7 hours, was present, did everything, learned everything. And I can still like wake up and be a mom. Like, this morning, it was the last day of BOGOs. It was like crazy, because Deep Blue is like, if you guys don't know what Deep Blue is about, like, you need to, like, other than the flu bomb, Deep Blue is like one of those things that you must have, because I don't know anybody that doesn't have some kind of pain in their life, whether it's back pain or whatever. But where's my tea tree? I'm mixing up my. But yeah, this stuff works, my friends. It does. If you are the kind of person that runs straight to the drugstore, and like, guilty. I used to be that person. I used to hate feeling crappy. So I would go to the drugstore and I'd get everything that said, sleep well, don't get like feel any pain, don't cough, don't sneeze, don't get like congested, all that stuff. I would literally like take it, no questions asked. But you've heard this said before, when you know better, you do better. And now I know better, and I do better, and I don't fill my body with a bunch of stuff that it doesn't know what to do with, and it forces my body to do something it's not naturally meant to do. That's what these oils do, right? I talked about it last night when I was explaining about the Symphony of the Cells, that your body can only handle so much synthetic crap and then it starts shutting down. Like, it starts shutting down receptor sites, it starts shutting down like nerve communication. That's how pain and disease and all this like horrendous stuff happens. But if you just put nature in your body, and this is all this is nature. Our immune system is very similar to the immune system of plants. And like, for example, tea trees, perfect example. This is what I teach in my classes. I found a hard time trying to understand how essential oils work. Like, I don't get it. Like, why is tea tree antifungal? Why is it antimicrobial? Why does it have those properties? This is how it's an easy way to kind of wrap your head around it. Tea tree comes from the swamp in New Zealand, right? Australia, that area. What's in a swamp? Fungus, bacteria, microbes, viruses, like fungus, all that stuff, right? So the essential oil in the tea tree is the immune system of the plant. It's fighting off the microbes, the fungus, the bacteria, the viruses. So that's the way it works in our body. So that's why when we distill the essential oil out of it and we put that in our body, that's why it can fight off the viruses and the bacteria and the fungus and the microbes. That's why it cleans everything. It's a natural antiseptic. Like, poof, my mind was blown when I first like actually got that concept. I'm like, oh, so simple. And Boyd Truman said it last night. God put everything on the planet that we needed to survive. That's like, I don't care if whoever you believe in, it's a fact. The earth was put together so that we could survive as a species. We didn't need synthetic stuff. We don't need all this like processed stuff. That's just ease of life, industrial revolution crap, right? And don't get me wrong, I love my McDonald's and my Coke Zero every once in a while, my chocolate bars, don't get me wrong, but our bodies were not meant for that. So if you can stay away from it, and it's not like, okay, I'm no angel here where I'm only like vegan and I only eat from the earth, and you know, I mean, I might have a leather bag somewhere, and like, I'm sorry, I'm not like that. But if I can at least reduce that synthetic exposure and not put stuff into my body that is gonna eventually break the computer, you know, like the computer that's what we are, right? We're a computer. We're all like nerves and things and talking and energy and all that stuff. If I can prevent or lessen the amount of crap that I put in my body just to feel better, then that's just helping my body recover and heal the way it should be. Because your body is naturally, if no one's ever seen the documentary Heal, watch it. I've watched it like 3 times. It's super cool. But it basically is like our bodies were meant to heal itself. We just need to let it do it. And when we put all this stuff in our body that it doesn't know, like it's forcing it to do something. Remember I talked about homeostasis? Your body always needs to be in homeostasis. So if you put a stimulant in it, that's why kids with Ritalin are given stimulants, because it brings their body down, which when you think about it is stupid, but that's what it does, right? Because your body's wanting to just go back to that natural like resting state. So when you start putting things in your body and making it do things that it's not supposed to do, you're short-circuiting things. If that makes any sense. I don't know, that's the way my brain interprets it. So I'd use the oils at every opportunity that I can. And taking Symphony of the Cells again for the 3rd time, I'm just like, why do I not do this more? And it's because I don't have anyone to do it on me, and really I don't need anybody to do it on me. I don't get a nice massage out of it, but you can just do it on yourself. You just rub it on your lower back, and you know, even if you just get it on your hands or on the bottoms of your feet, it's still getting in your system. And it just reminds me just to get the oils in you, on you, around you, because they work. I mean, I'm literally like, I'm standing here and I know I would have been like out for 3 days. Hands down, I know this was that kind of flu that I would be hands down in there, in the bed, not doing anything. But you know, these have anti-prolific properties too, and they're anti-mutagens. I can never say that word, but they don't allow the virus to like reproduce and grow and like take over your body, because it lets your immune system actually like fight it, and you're giving your immune system a boost to actually fight it. So that's all I'm gonna say. I'm rambling on again, but I cannot talk enough about the flu bomb. It's like a must. Most of these oils, other than the turmeric And the Melissa, 5 of those oils are all in the starter kit. So if you want, that's why we call it like the one that can replace your medicine cabinet, because you basically can deal with any kind of function in your body through those 10 oils in some combination or other. But yeah, for those people that do have doTERRA and you're on the LRP system, the Loyalty Rewards program, that's when you get these little puppies like Melissa, because I always get mine for free because I have so many points, and I use my points to buy the expensive ones because I don't want to spend $150 on a little oil. So that's all I got for you today. I'm coming live for you from my kitchen. It's actually nice. I can, like, the dog's there, but you know, he's quiet. But yeah, there's like nobody around and it's quiet. Anyways, I'm off to teach class. Have a good Friday night, everybody.